TrueBit is a blockchain enhancement protocol. It runs on the layer 2, which runs parallelly to Ethereum base layer, and it can process, store, even verify a much larger data set or task. So companies and organizations that need some heavy computations done, they can simply outsource the task to TrueBit, like in Vitalik's own words. Here is some code, run it and send me the output. So these companies and organizations, they don't need to write their own functions in Solidity and have them run on the main chain. They can simply send the code to TrueBit in WebAssembly, and by triggering a transaction, they can execute the function. Easy peasy. As it is not possible to run complex computations on Ethereum's main chain because of a number of reasons. There is a per block gas limit on Ethereum, which limits the block size and hence the computation capacity of the main chain. Also, it is incredibly expensive to run simple contracts on the network because of sky high gas fees. At the time of shooting this video, these are the grey numbers, and as you can see, it will cost you an average of $250 to even transact with the network. TrueBit solves all these problems and much more. Today we are going to cover how TrueBit works and its tokenomics, like how the tokens are minted and distributed or even burnt in this case. But before I begin, I have to say this: I am not a financial advisor and you should do your own research before investing. Let's understand the macroeconomics of TrueBit first. TrueBit tokens can be purchased from two places: TrueBit OS, which mints a new True token every time you buy from it. You can deposit ETH and get a new freshly minted True token in return from here. This is how the company makes money. They earn an ETH and they mint new True tokens. The another medium where you can buy a True token is the free market or the speculative market. The examples are Uniswap Liquidity Pool and MXC. The current price of minting a new True token on TrueBit operating system is roughly around 0.000422 ETH, which lands to be $1.81 approximately. This is the only way the TrueBit protocol company earns. You have to remember that TrueBit token, True, is not pegged against dollar, it is pegged against Ethereum. So every time Ethereum price goes up, the value of True token or the minting cost also goes up. The current price of True token on CoinGecko is $0.75. When the price in the liquidity pool is less than the price on TrueBit OS, as is the current scenario, users of TrueBit protocol can simply buy the token from the liquidity pool and use it on TrueBit operating system. But when the prices in the liquidity pool are more than the price in the operating system, it creates an arbitrage opportunity, which is what happened a few weeks ago when some investors bought the tokens from the operating system and sold it in the liquidity pool. Over time, and as the usage of the network increases, these two prices should converge. So this was about the price of True token. Now let's talk about supply. TrueBit token does not have a limited supply, and they are also burnt with every transaction, like where every time you buy or sell on Uniswap or MXC. Also, with every use of the protocol, they are burnt. Let's look at this diagram. To execute functions on the TrueBit network, you need True tokens. Now you will purchase these tokens from wherever it is cheaper to buy. TrueBit is designed in such a way that the cost of minting new tokens will increase as the supply increases, meaning it will get more expensive to mint new tokens. This also promotes the usage of the network. The developers of TrueBit wanted True token to be used as a utility. They wanted to serve a purpose beyond just being a token for speculative value. This is also in lines with the SEC rules, and more currencies are following this route. Only when the existing tokens are burnt, either by increased volume of transactions on TrueBit or with the extensive use of the network, that new tokens will be minted and the cost of minting these new tokens will increase. The actual ratio of how many True tokens will be burnt with every transaction is not known at the moment, but it is safe to assume that it will be less than the minting ratio. Now let's look at the TrueBit's microeconomy. TrueBit's microeconomy has a task giver. As the name suggests, task giver gives the task to the operating system. He will give a function let's say f, that he wants computed, along with the input values, which is the data set, let's call it x. It is the task giver that will also specify how many true tokens will be rewarded to the solver. Solver will be selected randomly in the network and will be rewarded in both true token and ETH for solving the equation. Similarly, task giver will also specify how much will be the verifier reward. The more the verifier reward, the more number of verifiers will be attracted to verify the equation. The solvers and verifiers also have to deposit some ETH and true token to participate in the network, so they have some leg in the game. The solver has to obtain a solver license from the company itself. The verifier does not need any such license. After the task is computed and verified, the results are appended on the main chain, for which ETH is spent to provide for some gas fees. In all of this circuit, whatever true is remaining is then burnt. If you like this project so far, then you're not the only one. I have a list of projects that have integrated TrueBit or TrueBit-like features for their task computations. These are Ocean Protocol, Golem Project, Nervous Network, Matic, which is now known as Polygon, mentioned in their white paper that they plan to use TrueBit-like verification game to solve disputes on-chain. Sun Network, which is a dApp based on Tron, LivePeer, which is about video transcoding, Transmute, which plans to bring together the broken logistics together as one on the blockchain, Zippy, which is a payment channel. In the short period that TrueBit has been launched, it has more than 25,000 unique holders of the project. Lastly, I give you my 2 cents on TrueBit. If you are biased towards Ethereum, you have to understand that even with EIP 1559, that changes only how the gas fees will be collected. That is, gives you a standard gas fees for all transactions along with an optional tip that you can send to the miner. This does not necessarily bring down the gas fees. Even with Ethereum 2.0, which is at least 18 months away, which changes the working of the blockchain from proof of work to proof of stake and will implement sharding, which should bring down the congestion on the network and thus the gas fees. You have to understand that to accommodate for the expansive decentralized finance, yield farming, staking, demand for stablecoins, NFTs, peer-to-peer transactions, Ethereum will need to process millions of transactions per second, and for which it will need scaling solutions like Optimism, Polygon, Trade-in, and TrueBit. If you want to know which one's the best among these, then I will see you in the next video where we cover exactly this. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button so that this video can reach a wider audience, and make sure you subscribe to my channel.